Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
News came out today that got a lot more run than I think I would even expect, because
they fired an offensive coordinator that didn't call plays.
they fired an offensive coordinator.
Running back coach. Like, I like Stump Mitchell. I appreciate him. Great beard, but who cares?
If you want to know how important the Browns are to this town, I'm sure that there are plenty of NFL teams every single year, every single offseason, where like those lower end assistant coaches, like no one even knows their name, and reporters will tweet out that this person got fired and no one will know who that is. People know here in Cleveland who Stump Mitchell is because football matters, and they love his beard. His beard was the biggest thing. My job is to make sure that the team is handing the ball off to Nick Chubb. Well, Nick Chubb went out. Everyone complained that the running game wasn't the same. And some of these running backs, like outside of Kareem Hunt, like it was a very inconsistent performance out there. It was inconsistent on the offensive line. Yes, some of that had to do with injuries. But he didn't get the back-end guys to always be at top form. Like, if you're a great running back coach, like, you're just, like, you're so-so. I'm not here to, run some out of town, but...
Tell me another running backs coach.
I don't know. But, like...
The running backs coach is like, it's like complaining about firing the DB coach. I have no idea who the defensive back coach is. I just don't care.
The only person that I've ever known as an assistant coach here at the Browns, Chad O'Shea, just because I like his name.
Bill Callahan, I know him. But
yes,
he was
Bill
also
Callahan.
a head coach. Before.
Yeah, like he's like a long-standing NFL person that like I kind of like leave out of the group just because like he's like an exception. Like one of the bigger names in football and football lore of this modern era that a lot of people in NFL circles knows is just an offensive line coach for the Cleveland Browns. I don't know. I've like I said, out of like just the no unknown people that we always know here in Cleveland, I like Chad O'Shea because of his name. I don't know if he's actually a good wide receiver coach because the only wide receiver to make plays is Amari Cooper consistently. We didn't get a lot out of Elijah Moore this year. David Bell flashed a little bit finally 2 or 3 years in. Like, so I don't know how much he's actually doing to develop these guys. Like, you expect those type of coaches to help with your development. Kevin Stefanski's got hands dipped in so many different jars trying to be the leader of this football team as a head coach. He tried to take on more of that head coaching role, but still was the offensive play caller. I think the most shocking piece of all this is Alex Van Pelt. But then people on airwaves today are bringing up, the fact that, he said that Driscoll was the backup quarterback moving forward. Pretty sure he was the emergency third quarterback on Saturday. And P.J. Walker was the backup quarterback when the inactives came out.
Yeah, football teams are weird. Like, if you say something like that, they get really kind of mad about it.
Well, and, Stefanski likes to keep things all...
Yeah, and then you ask me, and I'm sorry you keep saying this, but I'm be like, he said that? I don't care. Like, that's how I would react to it. Like, oh, you said that? Well, it's not true. I'm like, well, I don't care. It doesn't affect my game plan by any means. The media might get mad because they got wrong information. Whatever.
Right.
But I just know, and like you're saying, like Stefanski doesn't like any of that stuff out. Like, NFL teams are weird like that. They're so secretive.
Yeah. So I don't know where the disconnect was. There's like, and it's the team has not officially said that these guys are gone. But running back coach Stump Mitchell, TC something, McCartney maybe, the tight ends coach. Everybody will say that, everybody's saying like, well, why'd you get rid of him? Because like people are like all upset that we got rid of him because Njoku had his best season. Njoku really started to come on when who was behind center? Joe Flacco. And I guess DTR to a certain extent. Like he was kind of that safety valve for the new guys coming in. The first half of the year when Watson was in there, he wasn't there.
Then I heard, I'm pretty sure it was Josina Anderson. She said something along the lines where
she was the one with the first report too.
Yeah, it had
got woken up at 5:55 in the morning with her phone blowing up with this news. Like someone
it'd be annoying.
needed to tell her that the Browns were firing low-end coaches or like assistant coaches on their team.
So Stefanski, I guess they were saying, was hesitant to really release the playbook, and he wasn't like letting it go and calling the plays because he was worried Watson didn't know it that well, and he knew Flacco just had it. Like he played in every system. I hope that's true. In a way, because it's like, all right, maybe next year he'll trust him and let him release it, like let him go, because obviously holding them back was not helping. Same thing with Jordan Love this year. They weren't really playing that well, and they were like, all right, we were worried that they couldn't handle the playbook. Well, let's just unleash the playbook, and Jordan Love is taking off. So it gives me a little hope, but at the same time, it's like,
I know it
worries me at the same time.
As each new little wrinkle to the story of why it actually happened comes out, like you feel better, then you feel worse, and you feel better. Like, but in the grand scheme of things, I mean, I would say Stefanski and this front office's organization made good moves when they replaced their defensive coordinator for the most part. I mean, the last taste in our mouth of Jim Schwartz is not great, but that might be what keeps him here for another year because he may not get as much run for head coaching jobs after they saw that performance in the playoffs. That might have helped that. So you have continuity there. Bubba Ventrone, it was up and down with the special teams, but I feel like when one big play was hit against them, boy, he was ready to run out there himself to take care of those issues. You saw him in some of those post-game celebrations. He was wearing helmets ready to go as Stefanski was talking about the win and how good the team was doing. So in the grand scheme, like from history, I can trust that this organization will bring in, if they want to make a change and make those spots better, they will make those spots better because they did this past season. Like recent history tells us that's what happened. I don't know, some of the reports and like you were saying with the playbook.
Yeah, it's...
And then also like people saying that, it's hearsay, like saying that Stefanski let his assistants kind of come up with the game plan throughout the week so he could be that CEO of the team and be the head coach and be all over the place with the defense, the special teams, the offense, like everybody wanted him to do by giving up play calling, and then he would call the plays. So like, did he not like the plays that he had available to him that the guys had practiced during the week? I mean, look, whatever it is, they're making a change, and if like there's no off season that's not going to come with drama. Everybody thought like this was going to be a quiet off season for the Browns, maybe a big move at wide receiver somewhere somehow.
We just conjugate up Browns drama. It's just the way we are.
Yeah, and we blow things like we blow news today out of proportion.
Well, I had to turn
because we didn't get the big.
I turned off the radio today. I was like, I can't deal with this. I'm not listening to this. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm already annoyed talking about it. Like I'm like over it. I'm like whatever, dude. They're position coaches. Whoop-de hell, as they used to say. You know.